I'm Ben Palermo. Welcome to the Vision High School Sports Beat.
High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the Vision Automotive Group, with something for everyone, offering Chrysler, Dodge, Ford, Hyundai, Jeep, Kia, Nissan, and Ram, with locations in Penfield, Henrietta, Canandaigua, Fairport, Webster, and Greece. Hello everyone, and welcome to week 41 of the Telly Award-winning Vision High School Sports Beat, the best of the spring season this week for you. I'm Bill Pucko. Wrapping up the final week of action, here is our honor roll of high school athletes. At number 3, Katie Lembo of the Penfield track team. Katie was the state and federation champion at 3,000 meters in a personal best time, 9:41.67 if you're keeping score. The best part for us is that Katie still has a year left of high school. Number 2, Madeline Kopp does not. She's headed to Duke. She leaves Spencerport as the state 400-meter champion, breaking 55 seconds for the first time in a personal best, 54.99. And at number 1, the piano girl, Christine Schmidt of Mercy. One of the stories that we did last fall when the girls golfer have their Section 5 season, but the state championships are held in the spring, and Christine claimed it. Shot 72.71 at SUNY Delhi. That's the lowest score in the 6-year history of the Girls State Golf Championships. Which brings us to Bishop Kearney for one of our favorite stories of the year. The Kings boys lacrosse team was a team worth saving. When is a high school sports team worth saving? This is the Bishop Kearney boys lacrosse team, or at least part of it. In a school with a proud sports tradition, it is the athletic stepchild. This will be only the Kings' 4th season playing varsity lacrosse. Last week, due to the sudden resignation of Greg Dries, it was a team without a coach.
It was kind of hard because there was a little bit lackluster effort in that period, and we had to try to motivate everybody. But I mean, overall, I guess we kept it together, definitely. We definitely got some practices organized, enough to be able to stay until the new coach is here.
The new coach was Matt Kleehammer.
It's got this whole area to hit you.
I was at a Irondequoit lacrosse game, and I heard Kearney was looking through for a coach, and I decided that night that I was going to come down the next day and apply for the job.
Simple as that.
Yep, simple as that. Hey, the kids needed a place to play. I got the itch to coach again. Perfect opportunity. Win-win for all of us.
Kleehammer has lacrosse pedigree. He grew up in the Irondequoit lacrosse culture under legendary coach John Pratt, class of 1981. Matt went on to an All-American career at Herkimer Community. Over the years, he has dabbled in coaching as an assistant, mostly helping out brother John, a more accomplished teacher. Kleehammer brought instant credibility.
I think the first day he came, I learned like 10 new things that I didn't know, and I'm a senior, so I played all my high school career without knowing that much about lacrosse, and I've learned a lot since he came.
The Kings won just one game last year, none against Section 5 opponents. They've lost 26 of 29 games since a 3-0 start back in 2011. Only 9 of the 15 on the roster were available to practice over spring break.
It all comes down to how many guys we can get here. I feel like we can get enough guys, we can build a better program. So it's hard to say right now, but I truly do hope so.
Nobody is kidding themselves here. It's going to be a tough season, compounded by the fact that Kearney is getting a late start. Still, where there's a will, there's a way, and there is enough will here to give it a go. What are your goals? Your goal set here, I mean, you're probably not going to win a sectional title, but your goal set, what is it about the team?
I would say just to actually look like a lacrosse team, perform like a lacrosse team, and do a good job on the field. Don't quit every game. We have to stay in it and just not give up.
How do you sell the term success to a team that isn't going to win a lot of games?
Just have to keep telling them that it's going to get better. Every day they're going to have to improve and work hard, and there'll be good spots and bad spots. Hopefully we'll have more than good. You just got to keep hard work, will pay off.
Ball's go over there. Get a partner to ball. Let's go over there.
The boys finished 2-14. When we return, we revisit Brighton.
Hi, I'm Brayton Brusha, and you're watching the Vision High School Sports Beat.
Welcome back to the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Here now our final honor roll of high school teams for the spring. At number 3 is the Grace Olympia 400-meter relay team. The great Desmond Mobley won the state long jump championship, was joined by Craig Hargers, Jamari Jefferson, and Carnell Noble to win another state title. At number 2, the HFL girls lacrosse team got to the state Class C championship game, losing to unbeaten Mount Sinai in overtime. The 4 times in the last 6 years Section 5 champs were 16-6. And in the number 1 slot, the Brighton girls lacrosse team was also a state finalist. In Class B, the Barons lost to Christian Brothers Academy and finished 18-4. Brighton is where we found our most significant story of the spring. That lacrosse team was doing double duty, helping a teammate deal with the unimaginable. Brian Mazurowski has their story.
Sometimes the true value of a team can't be found by looking at its wins and losses. By all accounts, the Brighton girls lacrosse team is having a great year, finishing the regular season at 13-3. The Barons head into the playoffs as the number 1 ranked team in all of Section 5, and those rankings don't take into account Brighton's greatest triumph. It was in February of last year when the Brighton community lost 12-year-old Tyler Kopp after he was struck in the chest with a ball while playing lacrosse.
Oh, he was a wonderful kid. Fantastic athlete, loved to compete. Was the consummate little boy. Loved fishing, loved the outdoors, loved playing every ball sport. You can imagine, just a great kid.
The tragedy happened to a family who has always been involved in the sport of lacrosse, including Tyler's older sister, Megan, who plays for the Barons varsity team.
It's what we've always done, so I don't think it was a really good reason to stop what we were already doing. And my brother and I enjoy playing lacrosse so much and being a part of that community that we would never have to leave. We would never leave it.
Lacrosse has been always a big part of our family. I played in college. I have 3 brothers that played in college, and it's always been a kind of a fabric of our family. And she's always loved playing the game. And it was difficult because Tyler, died playing lacrosse. But her coming out in the field is a way for her to kind of resolve those issues and get stronger. And again, the support of her teammates and the support of Coach Curtis and the Brighton community has been tremendous. It's been a tremendous help for her.
Losing a family member is not easy, but for Megan, being on a team helps.
Well, you can imagine it's been a difficult year for her, but I tell you, when you go through something like that, what really brings things together and keeps Megan going is teammates and community. This team has been just wonderful for her.
Well, I think our team is, first of all, is watches out for her. Is always cheering her on when she's in the game, when she does something positive. And that's the kind of kids we're dealing with on this team here at Brighton, and they want to make her feel good, and they want her to be happy.
I think that lacrosse is just such a huge outlet for, being on the field. It's a good way to get out my energy, and it's a good way for me to stay focused. But throughout the community, it's a great group of people. They care so much about us and they support us so much that it's just incredible.
Sometimes the value of a team isn't determined by its wins and losses, but by what it gives back to the community. The Brighton Barons may go on to win a sectional championship this year, but their greatest success will be what they have done for one of their teammates and her family.
This season has been absolutely incredible. I think that some of these experiences I've had this year are some things that I will never ever forget. The support that you have from being on a team is just incredible, and there's nothing like being on a team of a great group of people.
When we return, Primetime Track Revisited.
Hi, I'm Kennedy Jensen, and you're watching the Vision High School Sports Beat.
Welcome back to the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. It's a growing springtime tradition in Hilton. Primetime track, the Saturday Night Showdown, an idea whose time has come. Simply put, they do things differently in Hilton. The majority of those participating at the Running Cadet Classic would argue that they do things best.
This is my favorite meet of the year. It's so hyped. I like how they advertise it this year. I'm always run good here. They take care of the athletes. We don't be here all day, so I love to meet here.
The Running Cadet Classic is the track and field equivalent of a day-night doubleheader. There are events all afternoon, but the best is saved for last, because after the sun sets, the meet's top participants are invited to perform under the lights in the Saturday Night Showdown.
You got to make it stand out. You got to make it different than everything else. You got to make it exciting, provide the environment that will make the kids perform their best.
Little Hollywood, right?
That's what we're trying to do.
They build a pole vault pit in the infield of the track. Front and center, it's the featured field event. 15 vaulters took part in the showdown with a starting height of 12 feet. 11 of the starting 15 made it to 12.6. Meanwhile, events took place all around them. One of the section's truly great runners is HAC's Isabel Hurdlin Booker. The Pittsburgh-bound senior was the girl to beat in the 100-meter hurdle showdown. Isabel outran Canandaigua's Christine Lytle in 15.02, just about a half second off her own meet record.
I'm happy with my time, but I was hoping to beat my meet record, which was a 14.9 something. Yeah. But overall, I'm happy to run, especially at this is my favorite meet, and I'm happy to run here. And this has been a great experience. I wish I could have ran twice, because I love it here.
Well, you kind of did, because the next race you're doing the 100, so that's kind of tough.
That was the first time I've ever ran back-to-back, and I started cramping up afterwards, probably because I didn't eat enough or drink enough, and so I almost didn't run, but I was like, I'm going to run. Why wouldn't I? I'm going against my best friend Maddie, who's the best competition out there. I was like, whatever happens, happens. If I cramp up in the meet, at least I tried.
Hurdlin Booker took second in the 100 behind her buddy, Madeline Kopp, Spencerport. Just another day on the track for Maddie, who won the 100, 200, and set a meet record in the 400-meter runs. I know you do the other two distances. Is the 100 one of your favorites?
No, it's not. I just do it as an extra. I like to have it in meets usually I run it before the 400, so I have it as a warm-up type sort of.
So the 100 is not really in your future?
No, I just did it today to do it.
Meanwhile, back at the pole vault, Jacob Tristy of Gates Chili was clearing the bar at 13 feet. The field of 15 was trimmed to the final 4, attempting 13.6. The hurdles were raised to accommodate the boys' 110-meter high hurdle showdown, where Northeast-Northwest prep sprinter Amir Rogers was favored. Running in the red in lane 4, Amir posted his second-best time in the event and found room for improvement.
I hit a lot of hurdles, so my goal is to clean it up. 14A's, whatever. Still came out with a victory, so.
So it's like a matter of hurdles you're trying to keep your feet off of, right?
More hurdles you hit, it slows your momentum down. So, the cleaning of the race is faster than time.
How many do you think you hit?
I'd say 3, which isn't that bad, but it was the ones I needed. It was 6, 7, and 8.
Meet records were set in both the Glavin races, run in the memory of Pete Glavin, the former McQuaid standout who died of cancer 3 years ago at the age of 47. Rush Henrietta's Mickey Burke in the 3200 and Thomas's Eileen O'Hara in the 3000 were the record setters. In all, 46 different high schools were represented at the Running Cadet Classic. The boys' pole vault competition came down to junior Ryan Ellis of Gates, who finished second to a familiar foe, Canandaigua senior Sam Harding.
Yeah, he's my main competition in Section 5. I love it. Keeps me going higher.
Harding gave little indication that he was on top of his game early.
I was having trouble coming in. I feel like I just wasn't running. Wasn't running right. My mark was off by a little bit, and so I just had trouble honing it in and being able to get where I was consistent.
Patience paid off as Harding soared to a meet and school record vault of 14 feet 3 inches.
14.2 has been the record since 1977. So, I mean, we've had a couple vaulters get close to it, but it's just a fantastic feeling. I mean, it's what we've been working on for 4 decades.
What do you think of this meet, getting it out here in the infield and everybody watching you?
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, any support that you can get is good support. It's fantastic to be here under the lights, middle of the field. It's a good day.
At 14.6, that was the best vault in Section 5 this year. Harding wound up 7th in the state championships last weekend with a vault of 13.6. When we return, our salute to the spring.
Hi, I'm Scott Lazaroff. You're watching Vision High School Sports Beat.
Welcome back to the Vision Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. If you want a copy of this episode or any of our previous episodes of the Sports Beat, you can order them through ClassyWolf.com. Next week is our season ender. It's the best stories of the year, the game of the year, also our Athletic Achievement Awards. You don't want to miss that. This is a Sports Beat tradition. As we wrap up the season, Joe Brott and Jeff Barron took all the pictures. Jeff did the edit. We hope you enjoy it. We'll see you next week.
Bring it out right now. Everything you got, you leave it on this field. I'm going to strike you off this field. Get your hands in right now. 1, 2, 3.